Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 8th of February. So looking at euro dollar, and well, yesterday we actually had a bigger day than I expected there. It actually broke right the way through that monthly pivot. Now I was looking for the monthly pivot as a potential bounce at one stage. Now as it came in so late yesterday, it really didn't come into mind for me, but it has broken that level. So on that basis, it's changed for me, part of the pattern of what I was expecting. There is still a trend line running across the lows here. Let me just pop that on, which meets up with this 34. So that may well we may see price run towards that as it's doing as it's running off here. Now in the short term, we do have a daily pivot above us, which just looking, 2306 is the 8, 2307. Yep, that works out with a 4-hourly 8. So if it did pop up to that, I'll just watch that carefully before jumping on board, thinking, oh, hey, we're rallying now. It's a very technical term that we're rallying. Anyway, so watch for that first. Really, I'd like to be selling it back into that with this trend that we're seeing here. But if it does break through, well, then I've just got to wait and be patient into the 34.50, and just I'll wait to see if it starts reversing. Before I really want to buy in, well, it needs to push up a bit yet anyway. So I don't have a buy signal. I do have sell signals. Now, this morning, it may be a bit lazy as a market and just decide to roll over post 8 o'clock, and I just need to watch these lows to see if it starts breaking through these lows. If it does that, then we've got to come back to the 4-hourly and maybe look towards that 200, the 4-hourly 200. Now we are sitting, just a good point there, we are just sitting on the S2 weekly pivot there, so it may provide a reasonable amount of support there. Pretty good normally. It's not too pinched. It's got a bit of a pinch to the pivots there on the weeklies. So, but if it does break through that, I think it's well. There's the entry anyway. Looking then down towards that 200. So a bearish picture there on the euro. Okay, this cable's not too dissimilar in terms of expecting probably more downside here. Lower highs in there. It's broken down. It's pushed on. It's not. So it's an air kiss of its weekly S2 there. A bit messier on the 4-hourlies here. Not particularly clear. There is another trend line running across this 4-hourly. I've probably put it on the hourly instead, as I did last night. There we go. There's a shorter term trend line running through there. It looks like it's going to be stepping out of that, so it's probably got a little less interest to me, or will have less interest to me. It's had at least 3 touches there. Reacted a little bit through the Asian session to it. It is on its daily pivot, so it hasn't got really much of a charger that way. So again, really, it's a case of I'm not really too interested yet on the upper side. It would have to do something through the morning to convince me, I think, to look at the upper side here. But if it does start breaking down these lows here again, well, there's opportunities maybe back down to the S1. Okay. I'm always concerned when it always looks a bit bearish. Everything looks a bit bearish in the morning or bullish in the morning, and then it's the morning kicks off and it goes completely opposite way. So I will give the market a little bit of time this morning to move. Now, dollar yen consolidation around here, bear flaggish on the dailies. Really, still there is a chance of it rolling over the. Doesn't look to be the outlook from the central bank there was keep things tight and as they are on plan. So there was no change of plan. Just looking through here, right, same sort of thing here, but this goes against what we're looking for. on the pound, the euro in a sense, which makes it a little bit difficult. But if it's got this trend line across the lows here, maybe if it starts breaking through that. The problem I have of going short earlier is we've got this whole cluster of moving averages, which are all key moving averages there, the 50, the 200, the 21, the 34, all clustered here. So really it needs to make a break of that for me to be interested for the downside. Maybe we could get a bit of support there, and if it would just judge it and look maybe for the long side off that more. So it did have an attempt, and it did a pretty good attempt of it actually. It's broken that upper trend line there that's been running across, and it's horizontal, weekly pivot that's running across on the horizontal there. It's managed to close above that for the first time properly, really. So there is a chance that we could see the upside run through again. Okay, that's dollar yen and Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, bit of a reversal here from the daily 50. Maybe if we're looking for the long side of something, it may have the start. Although you look at this 4 hourlies, it's lower highs, lows. It's just maybe just the one candle has just run down to the hourlies here. Yeah, it's just really got the daily pivot. It's a bit like the euro in that respect, so not too dissimilar. So well, again, I'd be watching, if I was going to trade it, I'd be watching that daily pivot, see if that holds it. It may just run into 34.50 just through it, but if it starts breaking beyond that, well, there could be a long potential on the Aussie dollar there, but otherwise really maybe looking for reversals. I'll flash past it quite quickly because it's not one I trade in the morning, so for me it's often more of a swing trade type currency. Canadian dollar already pushing up here. It's a bit softer, a bit more in line with some of the other markets. We do have divergence on the 4 hourlies here that I can see quite clearly, and well, it may be looking to break these 21s. If it starts breaking down, it may be an opportunity to get into a position. But if it was to do that, I'd like to see it passing probably even that 234 that's sitting there. Those two, 50 moving average and 34 moving averages that are sitting there. So it would be a bit of a patience game. Now, if you look at how it's been moving up in this last 2 or 3 days. 2 days so far actually, it's not really been pushing up with much gusto, so I just watch that. If it starts breaking down, perhaps it may break down with a little bit more effort. Right, that's pretty much it news wise today. Well, we've already had New Zealand governor speaking, so we're through to we've got the German BUBA president Wiedmann speaking at 8:45 that he can correct volatility through the market. He used to have a lot more influence than he seems to have these days, but all the same, can create volatility there at 8:45. And then following from that, we've got the Bank of England inflation report, the votes and policy statement, and official bank rate at 12 o'clock. Now that's expected to all come in online, so it's really, I say it all coming online. It's what's in that inflation report and the policy summary that traders will be looking for. There will be a inflation letter no doubt going, because inflation letter and the inflation will probably be higher than the 2% allowed. Okay, beyond that, very low value in terms of trading. So there we go. Have a great day. Bye for now.